What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Versatyle, Wildchyld, and
Southpaw the Outlaw.
you're tuning in to Ranting and Raving on our bi-weekly episodes, sponsored currently by Clear Entertainment Group. You know how we do it. Typically, we get a random topic, and I just start running my fucking mouth about it. So, Tilo, hit me up.
All right, the topic is going to be relationships.
Oh, hell. All right. Well, we got, how much time we got? Forever? Okay. All right. Relationship is a very important topic for me, considering that the foundation for humanity is how we relate to one another. Relationships, relationships. How do you relate? I guess one thing that I have come to ponder about relationships is, why do people worry about other people's relationships? For instance, why is it anybody's business about my relationships? Why should my relationships affect you in any shape, form, or fashion? There's a lot of good things to say about relationships. One is I have 3 relationships currently going on right now. I have 3 women that I'm romantically involved with. People seem to find that quite entertaining. Why, I don't know. I think it's funny that so many people have an opinion about my relationships. I've had people tell me that the fact that I have a polyamorous, which is the appropriate word, it's not polygamy. I'm not legally married to 3 women. I'm legally married to 1 woman. I have 2 other spiritual wives. I find it humorous almost that people are so entertained by my relationships. Little do they know that the relationships I'm involved in, I did not initiate. And on that note, I think the most important thing about a relationship is honesty. I think at the end of the day, if you're in a relationship with somebody, whether it's 1 person or 5 people or 25, or whether it's a man and a man or a woman and a woman, regardless of all these things, all these different ways to be in relationships, whether it's friendship or mother and father, son and child, best friends, brothers, whatever the relationship is, at the end of the day, if it ain't founded on honesty, then you don't have a relationship. You have a situationship. You got a situation, and you more than likely you're gonna need to resolve that situationship at some point in time. It's also amazing to me how so many people are afraid to be honest in their relationships. People ask me all the time, how did you manage to get 3 women to agree to share you? I didn't get them to agree to share shit. It wasn't my idea. I just said, okay, it works, so that's fine. And we are founded on honesty. That's what it's about. It's about being open with each other, being honest with each other, accepting each other for who we are as individuals, so that we can come together to have a relationship. And the purpose of our relationships is so that each of us can better each other and better ourselves in the process of doing so. Again, it's amazing. This is my brother Southpaw. Y'all know him, and he been along for the ride since day one. We could tell you some amazingly funny stories about my relationships and how some of them were situationships and how they had to end very quickly because I was not very comfortable with the situation.
Just someone.
Yeah. Out of the 3 I'm with now, trust me, believe that I had to sift through a haystack to find these 3 amazing women. And no, it's not perfect by any means, but honesty is how you have a good relationship. A good relationship don't mean it's always going to be fun in the sun, sandy beach, wind blowing through your hair in the backseat of a convertible, making out type shit. A good relationship has its ups and downs, but at the core of that joker is truth. And if you got truth, then you have love. If you don't have truth, you do not have love. I don't know what you got, but it ain't love. You need to go find another word for whatever it is. But if you got to lie to your woman to make her happy, both of y'all dead wrong. If she lets you lie to her and she know you lying, but she accepts it, something wrong. If you got to lie to that woman to feel comfortable with who you is,
you don't need to be with her.
You don't need to be with her. And I'm gonna tell you, I was married from 2004, I think. Hell, yeah, 2004 to 2008 or 9, I believe the divorce was officialized. And I called myself cheating on this woman, abusing this woman, things I'm very much ashamed of and not proud to talk about, but it's still the truth, and I ain't ashamed of being who I am today. My mistakes made me the brother that I am right now, and although I'm not proud of them, I also have to be a man and own up to where I came from, you know. And as much as I despise that woman, I don't hate her, but I despise her. She wicked, but I made her that way. My crazy ass and the lies that I told and the manipulations and the games that I played back then for no intent other than just to hurt her caused me to be the honest person that I am now. And I knew back then that I was incapable of monogamy. To me, monogamy is what society tells you have to do. You have to marry a woman because that's what society says do. You got to get you a house because that's what society says do. You got to have kids because that's what society says you have to do. And of course, society is always right. Make sure that house has a picket fence, and you need to get a dog and you need to call him Spot because that's what society tells you to do. Society also tells you got to go to church on Sundays to be a good Christian, even though most of y'all living like hell trying to get to heaven. Don't make no sense to me, pimping. You go to the club Saturday night and you go to church Sunday. Just as a side note, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing repetitiously, expecting various results. Just so you know. So if you go to church Sunday morning, and you sinning Sunday night, but you call yourself a Christian, and you believe in the Bible verbatim. I do not, by the way, believe in the Bible verbatim. Make sure you hear me closely. I don't believe in the Bible verbatim. I believe the Bible is true in parts. I believe that it's a big metaphor, and I believe that God speaks in that word, but I believe also that you can pick up the Quran and study scripture from there. I believe a lot of the stuff that we read in our theological doctrines and our books are just instructions on how to be a better person. I don't approve of stoning a woman for committing adultery. So then that tells you that I don't believe everything the Bible teaches. But I'm also not afraid to step outside the box and just believe in God for who he is without having to call myself a Christian or call myself a Muslim. I'm a very firm believer in God. I'm also a very firm believer that Jesus Christ came to this earth, that he walked on this earth, that he lived a completely righteous life, that he died and was born again. Now, the first thing a lot of people are going to say is you a hypocrite, in which I would say that in the Bible, it says, judge not lest ye be judged. So my relationships, how many of them I got? Who I got them with? It's none of your fucking business. The only thing you should be concerned with is when I say something, do I do it? And for those of you that have been following my movement and that know me, whether you know me personally or through my music, if you know my music, you know me. Because I don't lie in my music. I believe firmly that if you say something, you should do it. One of my biggest attributes and gifts, and what I personally believe makes people attracted to me spiritually, is that I'm a man of my word and of high character and morale. I don't believe in doing people wrong unless they do it to you. And sometimes I believe the best vengeance is letting God handle things. People do wrong to me all day long. You would be amazed at the amount of crap I go through and I don't say nothing about. I say something about it sometimes, but you'd be amazed at the amount of bullshit I deal with that I don't say nothing about because God deals with things. What do you think about relationships?
Man, like you said, it's all about how you feel about yourself, and that way you can act upon the person in the relationship. Because without love, you have nothing. Without trust, loyalty, respect, You're gonna have a relationship. You have a situationship, an associationship. you got something, but it's not a relationship. You have to try to relate to somebody. Keyword relate. Get to know that person. Know their dislikes, what they like, everything. I mean, it's the little things that count, not the big things. Because the little things, of the definition, is the line between a relationship and a situationship.
I think a lot of people get caught up in trying to be what they think the other person wants them to be. You know, how many times you been in a relationship with somebody in the first 6 months of that joker? You know, you were fucking every day. You was having sex in the bushes, and you know, y'all was watching movies and going out to dinner, and you know, ladies, you wouldn't fart in front of them because you were scared to let him hear you fart. You know, dudes, you know, you go in there and blow the bathroom up. You got air freshener all over the place because you don't want her to smell it. But then 6 months down the line, a little bit further after that, y'all trying to kill each other. That's because y'all had a situationship.
Yep.
You like the situation. You like the pleasure of being with this person the way they wanted you to be with them. You was afraid to reveal yourself. And then as time progressed, you started coming out the closet a little bit, not proverbially, but you started, you know, really being comfortable with yourself around this person. Then come to find out you didn't really like that motherfucker. So me preferably, I'd rather just get it all out in the beginning. I'd rather just go ahead and fight and argue with you and all that extra shit right then. That way, through time, we already seeing the worst of each other. And if we make it through that, then ain't nothing but upward climbing from then on, you know? That's how I prefer to progress in my relationships. And trust me, that didn't come from spontaneity. That took some years to develop. And I ain't mastered it by no means, but I can promise you that the ladies and the women, and I say ladies, and I mean ladies. I don't deal with them THOTCs and all that. But the ladies that I'm in relationships with, we're very honest. We don't always get along, but we always get along. That makes any sense to some of y'all. But at the end of the day, the most important thing that I get is that I can depend on them to tell me the truth, whether I like it or not. And they can depend on me to do the same thing. And that's a relationship. A relationship is somebody you can be completely honest with. And even though they probably ain't going to like what you say, they're going to accept it. You know, what's crazy is in society today, a man can have 3 women he fucked with on the side and 1 main chick, and that's totally okay. Now, granted, we don't say, oh, yeah, that's great, openly, but it's accepted. Like, all you hear these rappers talk about is how they fuck bitches. Get money, fuck bitches, and all this. And we accept that. But do you know how many people think I'm weird because I got 3 women that I'm with and I commit myself to them? And they know if I tremble and fumble around. If they ask me, I'll tell them. I might not always tell them, but if they ask, I'll tell the truth. And I don't really always ask them what they do. You know, me and my brother were making a joke about this earlier today, but if you don't want to know the truth, don't ask the question. That's how I feel. So sometimes I just don't ask.
Would you rather have a clean lie or the dirty truth?
Or the dirty truth. You know, I'd rather have the dirty truth than the clean lie. But again, what I was saying was, it's so foreign to people how I'm living my life, but it's biblical. It's in the Quran, you know. In the Quran, Muhammad the prophet says you can have as many wives as you can provide and take care of. Granted, you have to respect and treat every one of these women with the same respect you would treat the other. Meaning I can't treat not now one of them no different than I treat the other. You know? And I do that. I go to an extreme measure to make sure that everybody's treated fairly. Also, it said that you can have as many women as you can rightfully provide for. I ain't gonna tell you what that means. Use your imagination. Figure that out. But I do damn good at what I do, just so you know. And for the women that try to holler at me on the side, I don't know if they think they being slick. But my women know. They know what you're talking. And if I'm talking to you, they know. And if you talking to my women, I know. Trust me, I know. I don't care. If you can do better than me, you can pay them bills too. That's all I got to say about that. But at the end of the day, my name is Versatyle, the Wildchyld. Tonight's Ranting and Raving was about relationships. I could have went on for about 30 minutes about this, but I'm going to calm it down a little bit to give you a little bit of taste. Maybe one episode I'll let you talk to them and see what they got to say about it. We'll see how they feel about the situation of our relationship. But you want to sign out, say anything, bro?
That's what South Part of Outlaw. Shoot, man. It's Ranting and Raving. See y'all next time. Peace.
You know what you can do. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on YouTube. Check me out on Twitter. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on Reverb Nation. Check me on datpiff.com. SoundCloud. Everywhere.
Just go to Google. Just go to Google.
That would probably be the best thing to do is Google me. Till next time, shout out to Darlene Myers, Chief Executive Officer of the Wild Wolfpack in Pennsylvania. Getting ready to start out there. Shout out to McClure Entertainment Group. Man, we appreciate you sponsoring us. Shout out to Joshua Rivera. We haven't been able to touch base with him lately, but he's in the process of organizing us up there as well. Shout out to Stephanie Pius in South Africa for the Wild Wolfpack you got going on over there, for the love you show us. Shout out to Cat Bizzle in Germany. We on the way to you soon. Y'all get ready for our European tour. We about to come out to Europe and blow it up over there.
Turn it up.
Anyways, peace.
Peace.
She ain't gotta be no dime, no dime. You'd rather have a body than a beautiful mind. I'm looking for a partner in crime. Body in the climb. She ain't gotta be no dime, no dime, no dime, no dime, no dime, no dime, no dime. In a superficial world, it's hard to find a chick that isn't it. I know it's plenty cats that's feeling this, sifting through Facebook, posting pics, hoping to find one genuine someone.